Although millionaire philanthropist Walker McCune died 25 years ago, his legacy lives on, not just in the Sugarloaf Hill contemporary castle that he built in Paradise Valley, but also with the gifts that he gave to Scottsdale. Few people know that Walker McCune, in the 1950s known as the richest man in town, is responsible for purchasing the Little Red Schoolhouse and giving it to the city. Mr. McCune first came to the valley in 1927 on a stretcher, but his sinus illness cleared up so well that the doctor and nurses who had accompanied him from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, were sent home within a couple of weeks. This began an annual pilgrimage to Arizona, except for the war years when he served in Africa, China, and India with the Air Corps. Earlier, he attended Carnegie Tech, where he studied electrical and mechanical engineering. While still at Carnegie, he began working for Westinghouse Research, where he learned to cook and rewrote cookbooks that were given out with the newly developed Westinghouse electric stoves. When his father, Charles McCune, died in 1923, Walker became associated with the family banking business at the Union National Bank of Pittsburgh, which had been founded in 1851 by his grandfather, J.R. McCune. Walker never had the patience for banking. Consequently, after the war and a couple of war injuries, although still in his 40s, he decided to retire to Arizona, particularly to Scottsdale. His millions came from banking and oil. His maternal grandfather, Charles Lockhart, was a business partner of John D. Rockefeller. From the time this kind neighbor and friend moved to the 8 acres of land at 56th Street and Thomas Roads following the war, Scottsdale became his adopted hometown. He became a founding member in February of 1953 of the Civic Coordinating Council of Scottsdale, the entity charged with determining recreational needs for the town of Scottsdale and responsible for purchasing the land. After determining a baseball stadium, community swimming pool, library, rodeo arena, and boys club were all needed, Walker put up the majority of the money, $78,000 in stock, to purchase the 27 acres of land, which today is home to Scottsdale Stadium, the Boys and Girls Club, and its playing field, the parking lot where the J.C. Rodeo grounds used to be, and the new Scottsdale Court building. Mr. McCune also was instrumental in raising the necessary funds to build the community swimming pool, which was located where the new courthouse now stands. By 1958, his name had become a household word. During charity drives, the question would be, how much will Walker give? And his giving was not exclusively to Scottsdale. He was a major contributor to the building of the Marcus Lawrence Hospital in Cottonwood and a major benefactor of the Theodore Roosevelt Boy Scout Council. He gave several $100,000 to the local council, which included a swimming pool at Camp Geronimo and a Canadian hunting lodge. Walker McCune was one of the true characters of old Scottsdale, said attorney Richard Campana, who was associated with the law firm in the 1960s that represented him. He was a shy man who happened to be in the right place at the right time with plenty of money. If it were not for Walker McCune, I believe that the face of the downtown area around Civic Center, south of 2nd Street, would be totally different. What Mr. McCune, however, is best remembered for is the contemporary castle, which he called Sugarloaf, but which has been known through the years simply as the McCune Mansion. This 50,000 square foot castle with its 12 bedrooms, 37 baths, 4 dining rooms, 6 kitchens, 10 fireplaces, 88 phones, and a 14-car garage was renamed the Gordon Hall Mansion in 1983 after Mr. Hall purchased it and spent $13 million in upgrading the property. Nestled at the end of 40th Street in the crook of Mummy and Camelback Mountains, the mansion is built of precast concrete and limestone, embossed with native quartz, and features ceiling-to-floor glass. The home, 5 years under construction, was never completely finished by the McCunes. Although many of McCune's dreams for his castle on the hill were never materialized, there is no doubt that as far as Scottsdale's downtown recreation area is concerned, it has turned out much like its original benefactor might have dreamed. A place where people of all ages come together to enjoy the great outdoors. Tonight, financier and philanthropist Walker McCune is inducted posthumously into the Scottsdale History Hall of Fame by grateful citizens who remember the vast contributions he made to his adopted hometown.